G'day guys, Sami and Omari from Fishing Rod Magazine, and today we've been going through and winding on a hell of a lot of line onto this big reel. We've wound on about 900 metres, going through the spool up process, and in order to spool this thing up, you have to put a lot of pressure on. So the arms they're a bit sore, they're a bit fatigued. It's taken us quite a while to get there, but we're finally there. I'll just go through some important points about spooling up a game reel. The first thing you need to do is obviously thread the line through your runners. Make sure you get it through all of the rollers correctly, and then tying it onto your spool. And the best way to tie it onto the spool, if the spool has a lug, you tie it onto the little lug, otherwise you just tie it to the spool directly. I use a uni knot. You can go to the Fishing Rod website, check online and find how to tie a uni knot there. Quite straightforward, quite simple, works quite well. Most important thing when you're actually putting a line onto your reel, especially with a game reel like this, is to put a lot of pressure. And so I either do it myself, kind of throw the reel into a bucket of water, hold a soft rag in my hand or a soft glove, apply a lot of pressure on my own, put the rod in the gimbal belt and start winding, applying pressure and laying the line onto the reel evenly. It's important that you both apply the pressure and wind the line on evenly. Or otherwise I can get a friend to help me. They can hold the spool and between a dowel or a screwdriver and apply the pressure that way. And it's pretty straightforward. The way in which we do this is you pick up the game reel, you kind of stick it in your gimbal bucket, and you start kind of turning the handle. Make sure that the reel is at strike drag, you don't want it to slip, and you just start winding. And I'll have someone on the other end applying pressure. I'll be applying pressure here myself, and make sure you kind of guide it on evenly. You can see that line is on the reel, it's nice and even, it's packed down tight. The reason we want it packed down tight and under a lot of pressure is when a fish runs, if it's loose, the line might bite in on itself, it'll lock up on the spool, the fish will run, the line will snap. You don't want that happening, you want it on with as much pressure as you can. So it's pretty straightforward. We'll wind some of this on now. There's about 50 or so yards to go. I'll just kind of wind on this last little bit. Just remember to keep the pressure on, remember to keep feeding the line on. Now stop every now and then, take a look at the line, make sure that it's all on evenly, keep the pressure on while you're doing this. Take a look, pull a bit off, it's strike drag, make sure it's not biting in on itself. Wind it in, and we're almost there. And that's pretty much it. When you have a look at the reel, it's nice and kind of even. There's a couple of millimeters of clearance there, or a few millimeters of clearance there. You want to make sure you have enough clearance to wind on a double. If you have a wind-on leader, you want to make sure there's enough clearance to wind on the wind-on leader, and just to avoid it kind of bunching up or jamming up on the spool. And there you have it, winding on about 1 kilometre of line onto a game reel. Good fun. I'm going to go take a rest. Good luck.